Good morning, friends. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Cheney. I'm a second-year high school teacher in the state of Oklahoma. I teach Latinx studies and women's studies. I'm also a PhD candidate and I'm a mom. So if you're interested in that content, go ahead girl, subscribe. You don't want to stick around. Today is the first day of school, fall 2022. I can't believe it. And actually I got here early. It's like 7 o'clock. School does not start until 8:10 because I was waiting on extra desks yesterday and they didn't show up while I was here. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna have to figure it out tomorrow. And sure enough, I come in today and they've just kind of been pushed into my room. So I need to fix that. And then I also need to get chairs in here before school starts. I'm gonna be doing that. I'll show you, obviously sped up. I'm not gonna have you sit through me shuffling desks around and looking for chairs. But what we're doing today for the first day of school is obviously introductions. That is a must because I need to know who you are. The other thing that we're doing is 2 truths and a lie. That's one of my favorite games to play because you have to interact, you have to ask questions, you get to interrogate. So I really like that game as a first day game. The other thing that we're playing today is called Gotcha, and I'm actually playing this year with all of my co-workers. So I thought that I would bring it into the classroom on a piece of paper. I'm sure some of you have played this game before in some capacity, but you write down your name, you write down something that you can find in the school, like a stapler, a phone, a ream of paper, something, a chair, and then you list down some location in the school. It can be a room number, it can be a general location like the cafeteria, it can be one of your hallways, it can be the front office, it can be in the parking lot. You scramble all of those things together, you have them draw a name, you have them draw an item, and then you have them draw a location. And whoever you have to take a picture of that person with that item in that location sometime during the school year, and the last person standing wins, meaning the last person to have their picture taken or who doesn't have their picture taken wins the game. So you get people out by taking their picture and they can get you out by taking your picture. So that is what we are doing today, and I am really excited. I think today is gonna go by really fast. I'm obviously gonna keep you updated. I brought my lunch. I feel prepared. All of the work I've been doing for the last week has resulted in today, and I feel prepared for today. Let's get it started, shall we? Desk is wet. What happened? I don't know what is happening. Okay, it is 4th hour, which is my plan. Let me tell you, these kids are ready. They did not come to play, and I also did not come to play, so no, it's been really good. I wasn't sure because, you know, each class has its own personality, right? And as much as I would love the activities to go well with everyone, it's an unrealistic expectation. I can't possibly expect that all of my students are going to want to participate in the same way, or participate at all for that matter. But in the grand scheme of things, today is going really well. I am just really excited to be back in the classroom, seeing students from last year. Students that I had last year who were freshmen or sophomores are coming back in a different grade, and they're excited to see me, and they're excited to like catch me up on all that chisme that's happened over the summer. I just, you know, oh my, that is crazy. Are you okay? You know, like, I can't believe you did that. Nothing too crazy, but definitely some craziness. So today we have been playing a game called 2 Truths and a Lie, which I love. I play it every year. I always try really hard for them to think about something creative, so I tell them, like, I know your favorite color is important, but I don't want one of your 2 truths and a lie to be that your favorite color is green and it's really purple. Like, that is not what I'm looking for. And then I give them my 2 truths and a lie, and I come with some good ones, and then they have to ask me questions to catch me in a lie to figure out what it is I'm lying about. So 2 of the things that you say about yourself are true, and then 1 of them is a lie. And so when I finish and I figure out which one is the lie, I tell them, I'm like, okay, you're gonna come up with 2 truths about yourself and 1 lie. And if you're thinking about lies, you can take something like I did, which is partly true, you just tweak the details a little bit, or you can take something that a family member or a friend has done, something that you would never do, or something crazy happened to them. Don't use their name, of course, like when we figure out, you know, what is their lie. Don't tell us that, oh, your great grandmother, scandalous stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, just to like help them figure out the lie, because a lot of them have trouble figuring out what they want to lie about. Of course, I've had like a little group of boys today in my 3rd hour who thought they were too cool for 2 truths and a lie. So I just, you know, you have to like just walk over there and, you know, facilitate and like kind of drag them into it. And at the end, they're like, what? You really did that? Like, you're lying about that, like that kind of stuff. It turns out to be really great. And then the other thing that we're doing at the end of class is called the gotcha game, for them to like really learn each other's names, because I have students in my 1st hour, they're gonna open up that paper and they're going to say, who is Sarah? And then I'm gonna have to be like, well, you're gonna have to figure out who Sarah is. Who is Sarah? I don't know who Sarah is, even though I do. You're gonna have to figure out who Sarah is. I think they're having fun with it. I haven't had any issues really with behavior or anything like that, which on the 1st day I don't usually. So I don't know what the experience is like for you guys, but I hope if you are seeing this on your 1st day, or if your 1st day has passed already, that you have a great one. Please let me know down in the comments how it's going. Day 1 is complete. I am tired. I'm ready to go home. It is, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock. Today was great. I don't know if it's the overall energy is different for my students this year for some reason. I feel like I didn't have to work that hard to make them open up and start talking to one another like I did last year. I really didn't have to, not force, I don't like using that word, like force them to do something. They just did it on their own. I was like, okay, what you're gonna do is find the youngest person. That person is going to share their 2 truths and a lie first, and the rest of you are going to work together to catch that person in a lie by asking questions. And I was like, ask questions about the details, the smallest details. What do you look for when someone is lying? Hesitation, being nervous, like you wanna figure out what that person is lying about. And also remember that 2 of those things are true. So even if they sound unbelievable, we're learning something incredible about that person. I only had a few instances today where I had to kind of go over there and be like, okay, who's the youngest? How old are you? 15? How old are you? 16? How old are you? 18? All right, you go first, let's hear it. Blah, 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 blah. And like, they didn't want to ask questions or whatever, so I was like, and what color was the car? What shade of orange was that car? What size were the tires? I think that some of them didn't want to ask questions because they didn't know what questions to ask. A lot of them were just like, number 2's the lie. And I'm like, well, why do you think number 2's the lie? What would make you think, oh, just because I think it, that's the lie. But the point is not just for you to figure out what the lie is and get to know me, but also like learn a little bit or practice a little bit of asking questions, asking probing questions to get information out. And a lot of it is in the small details. And they would be like, I would start asking questions when they were stuck on not knowing what questions to ask, and they were like, Miss, you're good at this. I'm like, I know, it's all in the details. My class sizes are big, or they seem big to me, given the space that we have. So I'm gonna have to figure out a better setup for my desks because it's tight. I'm not sure exactly what to do because the room is also awkwardly shaped with a pole in the middle. So we're gonna figure it out, but I will check in with you guys a little later. Today went perfect. I don't think I could ask for anything realistically better than today. Good morning, you guys. It is Friday. We made it to Friday. It's the second day of school and it's a Friday, which it's not like we made it to Friday. You know what? We did make it to Friday. I'm not going to invalidate the struggles that I have been through this week. Just know that it's Friday. I'm experiencing the weirdest weather right now. So it is, I was not expecting it when I walked out of my front door, but it is raining, but it's a super light rain and it's kind of cloudy, but it's also sunny. Whew. All right, it is 4th hour. It's my planning period. I don't know how well you can see out into the cafeteria, but the middle school is having lunch, which is why my 4th, I thought someone was knocking on the door. Today is going really, really well. I feel like a master educator in this moment. Sometimes I definitely doubt myself because I'm like, today did not go how I wanted it to. They didn't like the activity like I wanted them to like it, but like everything seems really seamless. And so they obviously had, my 1st through 3rd hours had to draw the names, location, and object of their person for the gotcha game. So I did that. I had them download the app and then I went through the rules with them and how it worked, and they were like really kind of excited about that, especially knowing that there's competition and a prize involved. And then I went into the diversity bingo, which I will show you in just a second. I should have brought it over here. The diversity bingo is like things, essentially descriptions, like I am a vegetarian, I have more than 3 siblings, I'm an only child, I play an instrument. And so they have to go around the room to find out who fits into those descriptions or who can fit into those descriptions. And one of them is I've seen a shooting star, I've been to a concert. So it's a little mixture of identity and experiences. I framed that as their opportunity to figure out who their person was if they got somebody that they didn't know, didn't recognize the name, couldn't put a face to the name, all of that. For a lot of them, it's only the 2nd day meeting with all of these other people, so they need to figure out who they are. So I was like, this is a really good opportunity, actually the perfect opportunity for you to figure out who your person is in a kind of sneaky way. You know, as you're going along checking these boxes, these bingo boxes. Hi, what's your name? Oh, my name is blah, blah, blah. So good to meet you. Have you ever seen a shooting star? They're really liking it. I'm loving the engagement from today, the cooperation, the participation. I have not had to pull any teeth today to get them to do the activity, which I love. This is, I know this looks like a mess. This is my little desk in my classroom, but this is the diversity bingo that we're doing. This was free on Teachers Pay Teachers, so I did not pay anything for this. This is a free download. So if you just look up diversity bingo and then filter it for the free stuff, this will be one of them. There's another one on there, but it's a little bit heavier. The content is a little bit heavier, so I went with this one because it was a little bit more lighthearted. This is the Get to Know Me worksheet that I made last year for my students. It looks a little juvenile for high school students, but I wanted to make it cute and I wanted to give them the opportunity to like make it pretty if they wanted to. So it has a little space for them to draw self-portrait. Usually those are really funny, but some of them are really good, and there are students who really like this part of it. Obviously birthdays, and I tell them that I like to celebrate them, and I do, so I want to know their birthdays, and it's easier for me to organize it this way than it is on our computer system where I'd have to like go in one by one and look for their birthday. So here I just have it all. So yeah, that's what that looks like. That's on my Teachers Pay Teachers that I linked down below. It's also a free resource, so you can just go in there and download it.
so fast, was moving south. My secret sauce, flew in and out. Miss how you gloss that pretty mouth.
It's currently lunch and I haven't gotten any planning done because I've been reading over my old lesson plans and figuring out what I want to leave out, take for this semester, and alter things I want to change. So I've had a couple of questions about how I plan for this course throughout the semester as I continue vlogging. Hopefully, if I can keep up with it, which I can. I gotta stay positive about it. I start with geography because a lot of students, at least from what I've experienced at my school, most of our students have descendancy from Mexico or are from Mexico. They have roots in Mexico. They know where Mexico is, they know where they're from in Mexico, but they don't know a whole lot about Latin American geography in general outside of Mexico. So I think it's really important for me to spend a little bit more time on Latin American geography. In the past, I haven't spent extensive time on geography other than like introducing them to other areas of Latin America and the Caribbean and parts of Africa. So I'm planning next week taking a lot of time to do geography and trying to find ways that will allow them to enjoy it. But anyway, I turned off my lights in my office because yesterday during my plan and during lunch, I was not able to do anything because people kept coming in here wanting to see me, and I want to see them too. I miss them too, but I also need to work and I had to kick them out. And so I didn't have a key to my room yesterday. I have a key today. I went and I got it. I locked my room. I turned off my lights. I like it better this way anyway because I have a nice little lamp over there, so it makes me feel cozy. Nobody thinks I'm in here. So if they are looking for me, they're gonna have to look a little bit harder and preferably on the other side of the building because I'm not here. I feel like if anybody gets their hummus from Trader Joe's, they changed the packaging a little bit, but I feel like it also tastes a little bit different. I also brought a little key lime Greek yogurt. Anything lemon or lime is a yes from me. I will see you probably at the end of the day. Oh, school is finally over. I say that as if I had a bad day, but I really did not. I actually had the best day. I had a really good teaching day today. I guess I'm just recovering because I wasn't expecting it to go so well. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to go so well. I think let me adjust you a little bit. I know sometimes that I do second guess my teaching abilities, but today was so good. I'm just like on the best teacher cloud 9 right now. I think I had a breakthrough with a student already. It's a student in my 7th hour, so it's the very last hour of the day, and I think this kid is a senior. I'm gonna have to double check. I get big senior vibes from him. He is very quiet. He is a little hesitant to get up and talk to people. And this is so random. I think a lot of you actually can relate to this. You don't expect this kind of thing to happen, but when it does, it happens so randomly and out of nowhere. I have been playing Chicano oldies music all day long, and nobody has commented on it. Nobody has said anything about it. Obviously, it's oldies music, so unless you know their parents are listening to it, probably haven't listened to it. A lot of them have, but I'm sure a lot of them also haven't. This kid comes in and my classroom is kind of hot, and he's just like, you know, with some of my books and stuff, and I can tell he's just either he's really shy or he just is not feeling it today. So I signed off on 2 things for him, and he kind of lingered by my podium for a little bit, and he was like, "Miss, what song is this? This reminds me of my dad so much. He used to play this song, and he used to play this kind of music, and I just love it." He's like, and he apologized for some reason. He was like, "Miss, can you see what song that is? I'm sorry, I just love it so much." And I was like, "Yeah, let me figure it out for you." And of course, I had to pick the video where it didn't have timestamps on it with the title of the song, and I didn't know the name of the song either. And I was like, yeah, I will figure this out for you. I'll figure out what song it is. He brought me his Get to Know Me worksheet. I saw his birthday and I was like, oh, so you're a Capricorn. And he was like, yeah, I am a Capricorn. And then I asked him, do you feel like you relate to the typical Capricorn traits? And he was like, well, yes, but honestly, I don't know that much about it. So we looked at some of his traits and he was like, yeah, that's me. That is so me. I was just so busy, I couldn't figure out what the name of the song was. Eventually the bell rang. He got all of his stuff done, which I'm very happy about. Everybody left, so I had a chance to like listen to the lyrics. I was like, let me listen to this, see if I can figure out what the song title is. So I did, and I figured it out. He happened to be sitting out in the cafeteria, which is right outside of my room. So I went out there real quick and I was like, hey, the song that you like, it's called Mi Última Parranda. And he was like, his face just lit up. And he was like, really? Okay. Thank you, miss. I really appreciate it. So I just say that to say, like, yesterday I thought that he was gonna be somebody that would transfer out of my class because he didn't want to be in here. But now I think he's someone that is gonna stay in my class, and I would, you know, I obviously don't want kids to transfer out of my class, but you always do have some kids transfer out of your class as an electives teacher because either they don't like the class, or they think they're not gonna like the class, or they don't like you, they don't like your personality when you meet them. Like, there's a whole bunch of different factors that go into them choosing to leave elective classes. And I'm really glad he stayed because I think he wasn't sure about it at first year. I know I'm gonna have times throughout the whole entire school year where I'm questioning all of my life choices that brought me to this place, but for now I'm just gonna enjoy the good feelings that I have. I think 90% of my year, no, hold on. I think 75% of my year is gonna be good, and then the remaining 25% is going to be me having okay to bad to deep dark sad days for whatever reason. I just had to share that. If you can relate, if you've had students who you thought were going to be the students that you just really struggle with, and then they ended up being students who you were able to bond over something super random like that, I would love to hear that down in the comments. So please let me know if you've been able to experience that before, and kind of like what was that moment for you where they kind of opened up. I have a few things that I need to do before I leave today. I want to get a couple of things printed now that I need for next week so that I don't come in Monday trying to print everything while everybody else is trying to print stuff. Then I'm out of here. I'm out. Today is Friday y el cuerpo lo sabe. I'm just ready, you know, I'm just ready.
No, this ain't time for the two of us. Ooh, I ain't got space.